want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was just trying to leave the cue ball up table and let Henry choose which group of balls he wanted to go with. Looks like Henry sized up to 7 in the side and got himself right on top of another ball. Looks like he got himself on top of either the 1 or the 9. But at any rate, he is not happy with it because okay, perfect. Yeah, we can do that.
Hey, folks, I'm going to pop in here with you for just a second. Then I'm going to go adjust this camera. We're going to have, Seth Krafsnick. Did you do that match with me yesterday?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
Krafsnick. Seth Krafsnick, I believe.
Seth Krafsnick.
We're going to have him come in here, and I just want to see how he commentates. And he's 19 years old. He shoots pretty good. So
absolutely,
like what his thinking. What you know what to do.
I'll do the best I can get him on the interview.
You know what to do, big brother. You're doing a fine job too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All my friends and family back in Texas, hello.
Right on. There you go. Yeah, for sure. Here at the U.S. Amateur Championships, where we are live action.
This is some bonus coverage we're giving you guys. Jeremy's at the table, up 2-1, playing 8-ball. They'll have this game and one more 8-ball game, and then they'll continue to 9-ball. Jeremy's been tearing through the field pretty good. Obviously, we're down to 4 players, so any one of these guys are more than capable of taking it from here. We have 3 past champions, and Jeremy is the only one of the last 4 remaining that is not a champion, so former champion. But that does not mean that he cannot be the 2017 U.S. Amateur Champion. He definitely has a fine game, and his skills are right in line with these guys. So don't count him out by no means. He's got a 2-1 lead right now, and we're going to wait and see how this sizes up. This game here is going to take a little bit because of this little cluster of balls right there by the head spot. So as soon as somebody can figure out how to break those balls up, this game will take off pretty quick. I see. I'm actually watching the post off my cell phone. Nicholas Woodworth, he asked who's on the other side of the bracket. The only person left on the winner's side is Brian Parks, 4-time U.S. amateur champion. The 3 that are on the left side are the 2 that you're looking at: Henry Brodt from California, Jeremy Edwards from Indiana, and David Rowell from Alabama, who just lost to Brian on a hill match. All right. So we're going to have Seth Krafsnick sitting in here with me. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. Seth, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. Great. Seth, you want to say hello to everybody out there in the pool world?
Yeah. I play out of Kimball, Nebraska.
Nebraska, okay. Kimball?
Little town, about 2,000 people.
Nice.
I've only played on 9-footers 3 times in my life.
Is that right? Well, you had an excellent showing here at the tournament. I know that you had beaten one of the former champions, put him on the left side, Ernesto Bayua. That was an excellent match.
Yeah, I played really well, especially right out of the gate.
Yeah. How do you like this place?
I enjoy it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try my best to make it back here next year.
This is your first time?
Yep.
Perfect. This is my second time, and it is absolutely gorgeous here. I love coming to Tampa and hope to do this again every year for as long as I can. Who was the player that put you out?
Daniel Gamble.
Daniel Gamble placed second last year.
Yep.
Very fine player from North Carolina, if I remember correctly.
I think that's what he said. But yeah, he said I had him beat, but I just rattled a few balls length of the table and inconsistent on 9 foot, so do that.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. I mean, you have to be pretty precise. As we watch Henry win his second game there, and he tied up the match at 2 apiece. Close it and take. Okay. Okay, folks. So here we are watching Jeremy rack the balls for Henry. It's going to be our last game of 8-ball, and then we're going to continue on to 9-ball. Seth, what kind of cue do you play with?
Lacassi.
Lucasi, you like that?
Yep.
How long have you been playing with that cue?
3 years now.
3 years?
I'm about to buy another one. Looking for another nice one.
Is that right?
Pretty stingy on my sticks, though.
In what way? You don't want anybody handling them, or?
That too, and the balance. And
Oh yeah. Everybody's got their own preferences. Some like them a lighter cue, maybe like a 18 ounce. Others prefer a little heavier.
yeah, I like the 19 ounce, but I think I might special order it for my wingspan's a little longer than.
I see.
Normal.
So, are you using an extension in the middle?
Nope.
No.
I should.
About coming on the TV table as your first match for you, I noticed that you were starting off a little rusty, and then you really started hitting gear and started feeling better. Explain your experience on about this tournament and what you feel, how you felt about playing and everything. If you would advise other people to play in the tournament.
Coming on the TV table, I was a little nervous for being down here in such a big tournament.
Sure.
I played on a TV table back home, and I wasn't quite as nervous back home because it wasn't a big. The guys out of like Arizona.
Mm-hmm. But you were used to being on the stream a little bit. Yeah.
I was used to playing around it, and it was on bar boxes, so I was
a little more comfortable with that.
Yeah, and more consistent. And my safeties were a lot better. But playing on the 9 foot, coming on here, I was a little nervous.
Sure.
But
Sure. And in the bright lights of the mainstream table, I mean, granted, I think that it probably adds a little pressure, maybe.
Yeah.
You've got the crowd right there on you, looking down at you. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it adds a little bit of pressure to
being
the
really bright
situation.
and all the crowd around. I was a little nervous, and then probably the 4th game, I started feeling better about it.
Mm-hmm. Once you kind of drowned everybody else out and just get back into doing what you do.
Right, and I had fun playing on it. I asked them if I could play on it again, and they said if you make it to the 3rd day, there's a greater possibility of you playing on it again.
Yeah, this was I played on it once yesterday and didn't perform as well as I wanted to. It was actually the match that I exited the tournament and finished in 33rd. But I did enjoy getting on that table. I would like to get on that table again. And I think the more that you're on that table, well, obviously you're doing really good, but you get more comfortable, being in front of everybody and just doing, getting back to playing pool and putting on a good performance for everyone, So do you play in a lot of leagues
I
at home?
play APA back home. On Monday, that's 9-ball. And then I play Valley in Cheyenne, which is 60-mile drive for me. And Wednesdays, I play 8-ball and I'm a dominant 8-ball player on a bar box.
Yeah. How about Masters? Do you play Masters?
No, closest Masters is 2.5-hour drive from me,
Oh, wow.
and everyone's trying to get me there, but
Right.
I just graduated high school last year, and I can't afford it. And
Sure. I mean, that's understandable. At this time of your life, it takes a little bit. But, I'm sure within some time that you'll be making the rounds, hitting the bigger tournaments, and, I think you got some good things to come.
yeah, I want to play Masters because there's some good players around there that I think we do good at nationals.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be the strongest player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I've only lost one match in 8-ball since I turned 18.
Nice.
15 months ago. And
well, if you do make it to Vegas for Nationals and Masters, I can tell you for a fact that you're going to see a lot of these faces out there.
yeah,
I've been to Vegas for the last 5 years for Masters, and it's the same faces that you see right now. You'll see a lot of the same faces out there. It's a lot of fun, too. It's a very competitive tournament. Four-man team, only 3 play. And it's the same format. I mean, you're playing heads up, race to 7.
I love this format.
I do too. So I'm talking here with Seth Krafsick from Nebraska. We're here at the U.S. Amateur Championship 2017 Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. And we're watching this last rack of 8-ball between Henry Brodt and Jeremy Edwards. Did you get a chance to play either one of these two players in the tournament?
No.
No? They're both pretty crafty on the table there. Henry has won this tournament 3 times. I believe he's the only player besides Brian to have won it 3 times.
Yeah, they're both strong.
Testing. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Am I too loud?
No, you're fine.
Not too, is it too soft?
It's fine.
All right, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get Seth on here. Me and Bobby have been talking for 2 days straight, so I want to get some fresh voices on here, and the audiences definitely don't want to listen to me talk anymore. So, I want to hear you guys' commentary. You can't see the angles of this too much, but I wanted to interview Junior here. You got some talent, definitely. That's why I want to get you back here, let you know we definitely want to see you on the stream again, and I guarantee you'll be back next year. I guarantee it. I seen you shoot there at your top level for a few minutes, and you should keep shooting for sure.
He missed that.
He just missed a cut shot on the 8-ball to go up 3-2.
He missed a shot like I did.
That is
lots of them.
Yeah, that is a tough results there. I know that he's not happy with that at all, and leaving an open table basically for Henry to clean up. Henry's got a little work for him. I mean, it looks like he can play this ball in the left side. I don't foresee him attacking any of these balls in the center of the table just yet because of that angle. But he's got a little work cut out for him still. I mean, those are a little tight group of balls that are in the middle. Looks like maybe the 3 and the 5 are together. And there's not much of a gap between the 7 and the 6. Or the 4 and the 6, which, this is the 4 over here on the left side. So he's studying it, trying to see what he can do here. How do you play position from here? Do you cut it in and go 3 rails coming around for the 6, or what would?
I think I would do that. Straight shoot just a touch of top and come around.
Oh, he killed it. He killed it off the rail. Now he's going to be too hard. Now he's going to have to.
Came up between the 1 and the 8.
He's going to have to figure something out here. I think he's probably going to go for a safe. He's probably going to hit the 4 into the 7 and probably stick him behind the 3 and the 5, which is going to leave Jeremy a 1-rail kick shot. I don't foresee, unless he's going to bank his way out or shoot a combo, I really don't see any other way how he can get out of this little jam that he put himself in. So, guys, here we are again. You know, Henry Brodt's at the table. He is a three-time U.S. amateur champion. He is no stranger to being in tough pressure situations. And he's definitely not going to rush this shot, that's for sure.
Yeah, I noticed I rushed a little bit yesterday on the TV table and
Yeah, I think,
got myself in trouble.
that kind of comes, yeah, what I tell you, he shot the two combo safe, stuck him behind that group of balls. I mean, Jeremy's going to have a one-row kick at it, but that's the best he could do from where he was at. And he conceded that and went for the safety. I mean, do you have any type of systems that you use when you measure kicks, or do you just kind of eyeball it?
The halfway point.
You just take the half the distance?
Yep.
What about if the balls are not a equal level? Do you still just go with the halfway?
No.
See, because the cue ball here is a little higher than the object ball he's
Right.
attempting to shoot at. Now, granted, it is close to the corner pocket, so, I mean, basically he has to try to act like he's just trying to make the cue ball get in the corner pocket, and it looks like he
Yep, he got it.
He got it. All right, folks, that concludes the 8-ball. Now we're going to go to 9-ball. Jeremy's up 3-2, and it ought to pick up the pace a little bit.
I love playing 9-ball. 9-ball is a strong game for me, but back home I got to spot everybody, double their points, so it's extremely hard for me.
Sure.
And they shoot almost as good as I do, and it's
Yeah,
hard to beat them.
Yeah, sometimes the handicap system, somebody may be a little bit slower and moving up skill levels, but at either way, it just strengthens your game if you have to give somebody equal to your talent a spot. That's only going to help you more than it helps the other person, in my opinion.
Yep. It's my mom over here taking a picture.
Hi, Mom.
Have Joel come take a picture with his phone.
So did you guys fly out here? Did you
Go get Joel.
drive? Did you,
We flew.
you flew?
We fly out tomorrow in the morning,
Okay.
get back early, and we got some buddies from California out here deer hunting in
Oh,
Nebraska.
nice. Yeah, I've never been out to Nebraska to hunt, but I do like to get in the blinds. There in Texas, South Texas. It's
Yep.
always nice to. And I mean, we don't hunt for just trophy. We actually use the meat. So I mean, for
Yep.
all those people that don't like that, I mean, we're actually providing for our families.
That's what we do.
Perfect.
We donate some of our meat too to the homeless and hungry
That's
program.
excellent. That's excellent. You should give back.
Yep.
That was a nice firm shot on the one.
A good position to get around to the 3 by the side.
Yep, he's on the right side of the 2-ball. It's going to help him just float down for the 3. Makes it nice and easy when you can just float them in, You don't have to worry about position because it's all natural. I mean, being on the right side of the ball is just, that's everything, I mean, you have so much more work to do when you don't get on the right side of the ball.
Yeah, I wish I had tables back home to practice. Like these tables, they're just bar boxing.
Well, there's
slow.
Mom. There's Christmas.
Hey, come on, Dad. You just bought a house. You got 2 living rooms.
Who knows? You got a birthday coming around soon, I bet.
No, that's 3 months ago.
Yeah, well, you'll have another one, I'm sure.
Tell Dad I want a diamond 9-footer
There you
for
go.
Christmas.
There you go. Put it on your wish list. Amazon will take care of it for you. Free plug. I think Jeremy has got a little hesitation here, just trying to figure out what's the best path to play for the 4. it's kind of hard to tell if the 6 ball's in the way. I think he can squeeze the 3 past the 6. He's going to have to go behind the 9, which just like that, so that he can, avoid traffic and give himself a decent little shot on the 4. Now from here, were you just going to play a stop shot, take your angle on the 5?
Yep, I'd stop shot it. Give me a little angle on the 5 to get back to the 6.
He forced it a little bit to the rail, but he hit it good. Hit it real good. That shot right there should help him get out of this rack.
I've played Rodney Morris on bar box, and
Yeah. I heard he can play.
he can play. He's really good. I had him sweating bullets.
Yeah. Usually when you have a nickname, it means you can play a little. They call him the Rocket Man, so.
Yep, I tied him at 3, and I shot just a touch too soft. Left the 10 ball hanging, and he ran out, and then I didn't get to shoot for the rest of the match. Raced to 6.
He didn't realize it was a 2-player game,
Yeah.
huh?
That's what my mom says when I'm playing her back home.
Yeah.
Am I just racket for you?
Yeah, this is definitely an individual sport, unless you're playing a team event, but it's a one-person performance.
Yeah, we played national teams, and honestly, all my low skill levels I got defeated out in Vegas.
Oh, yeah?
My lower skill levels held me up, but not good enough.
Let's see. I'm going to try to update the score here, folks. It should be 4-2 Jeremy. Oh, there it is, right there. You got it? All right. So, I hit. Auto. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Appreciate the help there, Steve. Nice solid break.
Oh,
Ooh.
cue ball.
Yes, you got to control that cue ball. It's the
that-
name of the game.
No good.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
Buried himself.
Yeah, he's going to be rolling out for sure. Was there any memorable moments that you can recall from this tournament that you probably will take home stories and tell your friends, family?
Probably when my first match playing Ernesto Bayou.
Mm-hmm.
I got my first break and run in the tournament against him, and
Nice. That's very nice. Do you claim your patch for that?
yep.
Good.
I didn't know they handed out patches here, and Dad's like, I think they give out patches. You should ask him. So,
Yeah, they're a unique patch that you can't get at Vegas or your local team play. So good. I'm glad you got one. I actually got a few of those in my collection.
I'm looking to add more next year.
Yeah. So it looks like Jeremy elected for a rollout and didn't leave Henry a lot, which you wouldn't expect him to leave much, just enough to hit it, maybe make a safety back at him. And what do you like doing from here? This is you at the table. I know it's kind of tough to see what kind of angle we have, but assume that he can see the left side of the one. What are you doing from here?
I'd probably shoot straight top left and bring it around by that 9 ball.
You're going to bring the cue ball back down by the 9?
Yep. Leave him a distant shot.
Absolutely. I like that. Length is strength. That's what I like to say. I don't know if I like that. I mean, unless the 3 is out of the way to the point where the 1,
Maybe you can carry him the 1 off the 3 into the pocket.
yeah, it's very possible. He's definitely liking the fact that he's back at the table so quick with the shot that he can, at least he can see the 1. And if he can't make the 1, he can try to snooker him again, or So possibly, we're going to see. He hit it with some inside. Yep. So that safety, that rollout that he did actually paid off for him. Now, if he's,
He's gonna have to
it
jump
looks like he hooked himself. He's grabbing shorty over there. I guess he's going to be playing a 2-3 combo next or a 2-5 combo. It's tough to tell with the color of the balls. Says I want to remove the score. Let's see. Hey Steve, how did you take the score off the? Take that. All right, folks. Sorry about that. So now that we can see the whole table, and we are operating off of one camera, so we appreciate all you guys that are commenting online and just trying to give you a little bonus coverage here. Jeremy Edwards against Henry Brodt. Losers are going home in fourth place. The winners still alive, trying to become the 2017 U.S. Amateur Champion. Made a nice shot right there, you know. Hit that with some inside, went 2 rails, came back up, table, left himself real nice, got right back in line.
Definitely going to have to travel to play on tables like these for next year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think in my opinion, you know, it's much easier to play if you play on 9-foot tables all the time, which I don't, but they are available, and I need to make more of an effort to play on 9-foots exclusively, except for when I'm in league play, and it doesn't allow for that. You know, I mean, it's much easier to gauge down from a 9-footer to a 7-footer than to gauge up.
Yep.
From a 7 to a 9. Everything changes, and I mean, some of these guys, they do nothing but play on 9s. Doesn't necessarily mean that your outcome's going to be any different.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you're not playing well, you know, your opponent gets a few rolls. I mean, you could still very easily go 2 and out. There are talented players that came to this tournament this weekend that never got to a third match. You know, it just the way it goes sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jeremy made a real nice shot on the 7 ball on the side. Henry's going to concede that shot to him. Figured if he can make the 7, he's definitely going to make the 9. And so now we're at 5-2.
5-2.
5-2. Kid from Indiana. Take a second out here to give a shout to DJ Kenny. He's from California. He's got a digital pool league that he is trying to. He's getting started here, and so check him out. It looks like if you go to digitalpoolleague.com, you can check it out. Now, and DJ he's a great guy, and he is a great competitor. I actually played him Friday night, and he made quick work of my mistakes. He sent me to the left side.
I want to give him a little shout out. He's a cool cat. I
Yeah.
just met him at this tournament, and he seems like a really nice guy. Like this young man right here, Seth.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, buddy.
Seth from Nebraska,
you.
Kimball, Nebraska. Now, I've been through Nebraska a few times. I was telling Alvin that I drove a truck over the road years ago when I was a little bit older than you, but it's been about 20 years ago or so that I started driving a truck over the road. I don't do that anymore. I sit behind a desk and work for the fine folks at Timco Logistics Systems there in Waxahachie, Texas. But yeah, I've traveled through Nebraska, and so Kimball, how close is that to York?
That's way on the other side of the state.
It's on the other side. Okay, I'm just right off the top of my head. I'm trying to look.
20 miles from Wyoming and 20 miles from Colorado.
Okay.
Sydney, Nebraska is 35 minutes away. to the west.
So, which town would be the biggest in your surrounding area? What's
Scottsbluff.
Scottsbluff?
Yep. And that's 40 miles north of Kimball.
Okay. Do you have plans of traveling the surrounding areas, start hitting some regional tournaments?
Yeah, actually this weekend there's one of the biggest singles tournaments going on in Cheyenne, the Rocky Mountain Singles. And
Oh, nice. No, it happened to fall the same weekend as
Yeah.
this? Oh, okay. Have you ever participated in that tournament before?
yeah, I played in the A's 3 years ago, but I've been taking it off, not playing because I haven't been able to play much. And it was right, and I had school, and I had to take 2 days off of school, and well, actually this opening weekend of rifle and spend time with family that comes out hunting with us.
Sure. It's kind of hard to justify, missing school. I mean, unless this is going to be your career path, which I'm not saying that it couldn't be, but it's important to just go ahead and do your time, get your education in, get that behind you, and then, if you continue towards college, that's perfect, if that's the path that you choose, and, or start training towards whatever job that you're going to want to have. Again, Jeremy's making quick work of these 9-ball racks. I watched him play just a minute ago. He had beaten Marvin Gus. And so he is now taking a 6-2 lead. Is that right?
Auto.
Gotta hit this auto. Oh. Okay.
Update the score.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's update the score real quick, and then we'll get this back down. And then hit this. I think that's right. Okay, Richard, I see a comment. It should be out of the way now. We are here, Palm Harbor, Strokers Billiards 2017 U.S. Amateur Championship. Watching three-time champion Henry Brodt rack against Jeremy Edwards from Indiana. Jeremy's playing really good. All these guys are playing really good. I mean, they had to be to get this far. I mean, one little mistake is usually costing 2-3 racks. And Jeremy hasn't let one of these 9-ball games go since we started playing 9-ball. Started out with a 3-2 lead after 8-ball, and now here we are 6-2. So he's looking to hopefully pocket a ball off the break and not let Henry back to the table. Oh, it was a nice solid break with the cue ball right there in the center of the table. Look at that, nothing.
Oh, the two straight in, it looks like.
Over balls all flying all around that cue ball, but it stayed planted right there. That was a nice solid break. That's exactly the kind of break you want when you're on the hill. Wouldn't you agree?
You know it's going your way.
Yeah, he's hitting that ball solid. Nice firm stroke. A lot of confidence behind it. He's walking around the table. He can see the end of this rack already. He's already looking to see how he's going to finish this up. It's just a matter of connecting the dots from here. Jeremy's making sure any little quirkiness, anything that he's questioning, he wants to make sure he gets it all worked out before he gets down the table. Do you ever try to find yourself adjusting while you're down on on the shot, or do you just get back up and reposition yourself?
Get back up and reposition.
That's the best way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree. If you're down if you're down shooting and then your mind starts wandering and you're thinking about doing something else, stand back up. Walk around the table, look at something, make sure that before you pull the trigger, that's exactly what you want to do, because once it's done, it's done. You can't go back and get it. The way he's hitting these balls, I foresee him hitting this with some center right, going to the long rail, and then coming back across for the 6. Oh, he went forward. He decided to hit it with some inside.
Not hard enough.
No, not enough inside. And that's a tricky shot, too. You start hitting it with inside, try to gauge how much spin to put on the ball. I like hitting it with some center right and coming back towards the middle of the table and shooting the 6 down in the same pocket as the 7. From here, it looks like the 6 goes. Maybe he doesn't like it from there. Maybe he doesn't want to take that chance. So maybe that's why he chose to hit that ball with inside English.
It's a tight pocket if he would have hit center right.
Yeah, I mean, to play the 6 down there by the 7, it does make it a little tighter. But some of these tables are a little forgiving, Didn't find that so much in the streaming table because of the bright lights. Oh, he didn't hit that good. He did not hit that good. And all that stems from not getting enough English from the 5 to the 6. And I like the 5 to the 6 with the center right is because, I mean, even if the 6 doesn't go, you still have an option of maybe playing the combination. The 7's close enough to the pocket that you could possibly shoot the combination if you had to get yourself out of a jam, But, I mean, hitting that ball with inside English, you have to make sure that you get all the way over to the left side of the table. And that way you're basically shooting a straight-in shot down the rail on the 6. I mean, the shot's makeable. What he missed was makeable, but it does add a degree of difficulty. I mean, the pressure's on. And I know he's probably thinking he wished that he'd had that shot back.
Mm-hmm. Nice leave. Good angle.
He definitely left himself an angle. I think he probably left himself more of an angle than he'd care for. I mean, it's a very makeable shot with a little high left English. Go 2 rails out of the corner.
Jeez.
But see,
A little hard.
and that's the thing. And I think if he was a little straighter, he probably would have made this shot a lot easier on himself. I think he just left himself a little too much angle on that last ball. When the pressure's on, you tend to give it a little extra effort, and you find yourself out of line. He made a nice shot on the side pocket there. Henry's no stranger to pressure. He was not going to let that rattle him. So here we are, folks. It's 6-3. Got us a dog fight. There's a little gear wheel down there. Right there. And they hit the auto. No, we still have Jeff Housel. We still have the loser of this match will be in 4th place. The winner will take on David Rowell, and the loser of that match will end up in 3rd. and the winner will be playing Brian Parks in the finals. So we're down to 4 players right now, and but we're quickly honing in on getting down to 3. So we're not too far away. Thank you guys for joining us on the stream here at Palm Harbor 2017 U.S. Amateur Championships. It's a nice break. Henry pocketed the 1 on the side, but looks like he may be hooked on the 2 ball. Kind of let that cue ball get away from him a little bit. Do you use a cut break playing 9 ball?
All depends. My 9-ball breaks are not the best.
I understand. Well, as amateurs, we have to work on our weaknesses, and so if you recognize that that's an area of weakness, and maybe that's something to go back and work on. I know I have my own weaknesses, and I've got plenty to work on. So one thing this tournament will do is expose your weaknesses.
Yep. Back home, the tables roll slow, and I got to hit them extremely hard to get a good break,
Right.
possibly make something. And here, the balls just fly everywhere. And I noticed my first match against Ernesto, I was losing cue ball control on my breaks. I scratched like 3 times on the break, and that gave him a few games.
Because I'm sure it was because you're used to having to overpower the break. Where, the equipment here is top notch. Would you agree?
Yes, I love this environment. Love all the pool players. It's good to see that people actually come and try their best here.
Absolutely. Henry made a nice little shot, Jeremy made a nice shot there, trying to keep his foot down on Henry. Yeah, I know that he would have preferred that the 2 ball be a little further up table where Henry doesn't get a shot at it, but he's just letting him know he's not willing to give up anything.
He's going for the kill there. Might cost him the game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks like maybe he may have got away with it. It's hard to tell if that ball is in the line of the path of the 2 or not. That 8 ball may be a little bit high where Henry can actually cut it. If he can't cut it, maybe he can bank it. But he's definitely back at the table on the hill, trying to get this in. Yeah, he can cut it in. So now, as these shots keep dropping, his mouth's going to start watering more and more. He can taste that steak at the end of the road there. Notice he's not rushing his shots. These guys here at the very end, they take their time. They realize that, they're not trying to take 2-3 minutes in between shots, but they're in no rush to get down and just pull the trigger. They want to look at every angle, make sure they understand exactly what they need to do, where to place that cue ball to make the next shot easy. When you're doing it right, it's because you're making it look easy.
I probably shoot this just a little left English.
I believe that's exactly what he did right there. Left himself
Well, actually,
pocketing the 4 real nice.
be my right. So his right.
You would have hit it with some inside?
Yep. I was left side, my left side.
Yeah. So it looks like the only real problem ball is this ball right underneath his wrist that's on the
like a
rail.
7 ball.
Yeah, I think from here the only ball that he's actually got as any real concern is that 7 ball that's on the rail.
He's got a nice angle for the 7 off this 6.
Yeah, he set himself up real nice. He's going to float that 6 in the side pocket, take the angle up to the top rail, and come over for the 7. Hopefully, I'm sure he's going to try to leave himself straight in on that 7, or very close to straight in. The key is going to be getting it past the points on the side pocket. He floats it up there just like that, comes over,
Oh,
just
that's
try to be as
beautiful.
straight as possible. Very nice shot. Now, if that 7's on the rail and that cue ball's on the rail, it gets a little tricky from here.
I practice them shots, but practicing back home on a bar box is way different than practicing on these.
Yeah, I mean, it's a makeable shot for sure. He must not be on the rail because he's not hitting it with inside. He looks like he's hitting it with just top center. Yeah, floats it down just like that. Gets off the rail just a little bit. He's underneath the 8 just a little bit, which is fine. So as he cuts the 8 in the corner, the cue ball's going to drift up, and he's going to shoot the 9 down in that bottom right pocket just about where he's standing right now. Wants to make sure that he definitely looks at it one last time.
He might shoot this a little harder and shoot it in the same pocket as the 8.
It's possible. It's possible. Tables are rolling true, though, so, I mean, the only real concern would be if the ball kind of turned on him a little bit, you know. And he floated it in just like that. Shoot that 9 in the bottom right pocket. He knows he did not want to let Henry back to the table. He's going to look at this, just double check make sure he's got it. Once he gets down, he's going to fire this right in the hole. And just like that, folks, Jeremy Edwards from Indiana moves on. And Henry Brodt had a very good tournament run. He will end up in 4th place. Seth, I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed it as well.
I will try and be back next year.
We're going to take a quick break, folks, while they set up for the next match. Thank you. We're here at Palm Harbor 2017 U.S. Amateur Championships.